All right. Thanks for being here.
Sure, thank you.
Finished up the regular season this past weekend, Friday game and a Saturday morning game in Wilkes-Barre. The same team will be meeting in the playoffs. You did get a point out of the weekend. In Sunday's game, when I was watching it, or Saturday's game, sorry,
Right.
looked pretty close, tight the whole way.
Yeah.
Friday night's game kind of got out of hand, it looks like, a little bit.
Yeah, well, Saturday was a much closer game, but all weekend we were not good in our own zone. And when you have, I think I said last week in our interview that I think top to bottom, I think Wilkes-Barre is probably the most talented team. And when you give them free rein in your own zone, bad things happen. So, and bad things happened.
Now, how do you adjust for the playoffs coming up this weekend? Same team, you're going to play them at least 2 more games.
Yeah, well, we're going to make some adjustments starting with tonight's practice, do some line matching. Frankly, the bench will have to get quite a bit shorter.
How goaltending may have been an issue this weekend. How do you get those guys back in the frame of mind they were 2 months ago when they were tearing up the place with a 12-game or 10-game win streak?
Yeah, well, it's all about confidence, and right now they're not playing that confident. So starting in tonight's practice, we're going to have our goalie coach work with them, get back to the basics of goaltending. And again, you know, it's not always goaltending. We need to be better in front of them. We were not good at all in our own zone.
And we had the guys up here just a couple minutes ago talking about what they need to do. And I mentioned the second game in Syracuse a couple weeks ago, and they're top to bottom. You guys were on fire, clicking the whole way.
Right.
And I asked if that's what they needed to do, and it was a unanimous yes. And hopefully we'll get to see that this weekend.
Yeah, I think we will. I think our guys are focused for the playoffs, and, you know, and it could be a little bit of, we really couldn't go up or down in the standings the last couple of weeks. You know, it's hard to keep them focused. We did our best, but I think they're pretty focused heading into the playoffs. I think they really want another crack at Jersey, and that's assuming they beat Rock City in the first round.
I noticed Bots and Hayes, this is their last time playing, their last season playing, and they seemed newly determined to make sure they don't go out with a whimper. They want to go out with a bang, and there's different focus, especially in Bot's eyes, that he's ready to go.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, if you know, they don't decide they're not going to play college hockey after this, I mean, this really is their last hurrah. You know, they age out of junior hockey, and if they're done, they're done. So I can tell you, if I was them, I'd be pretty fired up to play, and I'll be damned if someone's going to bounce me out in the first round.
Are you doing a party at Lock 34 this weekend? Is it both Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday, pregame and postgame. On Saturday, we have local musician Daryl Porter playing from 4 to 5:30. On Saturday night, Brian Junkie from Lock 34 will have some hors d'oeuvres out after the game. So we're expecting a pretty good crowd there too.
And we have Pete coming back to sing for the national anthems.
Yep, that should be awesome. People loved it when he was here, so it should be great.
So what should we expect this weekend with a big playoff series? The first playoff series Lockport's had.
Yeah, well, I think you should expect a big crowd. I think you should expect good hockey. I mean, we're pretty evenly matched. We're a fast team. We're built on speed. You know, it's really going to come down to the series. Will come down to who makes the least amount of errors and the least amount of turnovers.
Well, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so you guys all made it past the trade deadline. Playoffs are coming up. It was a long season. So here we do finish second in the division, third in the league. What do you think you got to do different in the playoffs that you didn't do during the regular season to find success? And you guys can just go ahead and...
All right, I'll start it off. I think at one point in the season we had I think like a 12-game win streak. We kind of stuck to our system. We all were on the same page. we ran our plays well. We made plays when they were there. If we saw a little, if we saw an opening, the puck would get there. We just were on the same page. Like, we made plays right when they were there. As the year went on, once we clinched the second seed, we definitely got off of our game. It was kind of, some guys thought we were playing for nothing. Some guys were, in a race for points, who wanted points. We just got off of playing our game. Now that the playoffs are here, I think it's time to gear down and leave everything on the ice. This is my last year playing, so I know I'm going to leave everything out there, and I know Bots will too. And so we just got to, get back to our game, realize that this is the time we've been waiting for all year. We didn't come to the league 5-6 days a week to blow it in the playoffs. So hopefully we have a nice fan base and see how it goes. We should be ready to go. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Dylan. I think we just gotta stick to our systems. Really, we worked hard all year, but I think we really gotta work even harder throughout the playoffs because playoffs are gonna be tough and physical, and I think if we do that, we'll be successful.
Really, Bots?
Yeah, for sure. Like during that win streak we had going before every game, there was just no doubt in my mind we were gonna win. Just somehow we were gonna pull it out. We were supporting each other a lot, but like as Hayes said, as the season went on, it became more about points once we clinched the playoffs, clinched home ice, and I've never had to actually play like it's gonna be my last game, but I know now, I'm about joking around and stuff, but now it's definitely gonna bear down on the guys for sure.
I agree with them three. I think after our win streak ended, we got a little careless after we clinched second, and now we're just gonna bear down and pull off these 2 wins.
When you guys were winning, you sit in the stands like we do and watch the game, watch you guys play. Did you guys even realize that feeling that you talked about, Bots, where you'd start a game, no doubt in your mind that you're going to win that game? Did you guys? We had the same feeling. All 400 or 500 of us sitting here watching play. We had the same feeling, and for a while we were all riding that wave with you. Could you guys? Was there any sense of that when you guys hit the ice that the fans kind of realized, yeah, we're going to win this game? And then we all kind of got a little worried the last couple weeks. Could you guys sense that when you're on the ice?
Yeah, I think even sitting with our as a team, we all said, I don't see us losing a game for the rest of the year. I don't like the way that we work together, the way we have speed on the back end, speed on the forehand, guys that can. It just was like we had a line that could, do a 2-1-2-4 check and it would work out. We had a line that would kind of be more laid back, a line that could score. Just the puzzle pieces were coming together very nicely, and we were just riding it. Our goaltenders were playing great. Everyone was just flowing together, and like you said, the fans were all riding with us, and we felt very confident. We still feel confident, but we just the fans might feel that we're getting a little shaky and they don't know what team's actually going to come to play. But I feel that we're confident enough now that it's do or die 3-game series with Wilkes-Barre. We know we got a tough road ahead of us with coming out of the East with Jersey Shore, but we're going to take it one series at a time, and we just got to stick to our game plan and trust everyone. Knowing that they're gonna do their job.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan too.
That's the second time you started an answer like that.
Yeah. Well, it's the easy way to go too.
No.
No, but I do agree with Dylan. I think that, like everybody said, like the past couple of games we've been struggling a little bit, but I think might be a little blessing in disguise sort of also, because I think that through the adversity we've gone through and we got a little taste of losing here, and we're on a 5-game losing streak, 4-1. Yeah, 4-1 game little stretch here. It's been frustrating and tough on all of us, but I think it's only going to make us stronger before the playoffs. And it's better it happens now than this weekend.
Okay, so you say that, and Dylan, you said something interesting. I want to go for you to respond to this. Dylan mentioned when you guys clinched, all of a sudden it just seemed like the switch went off. And I got the same feeling too. I know Craig did too. It just seemed like you guys all of a sudden, because there's a lot of us that follow you when you guys are on the road and not just when you're in the building. Do you guys feel like now that the playoffs are here, there is that magical switch you can just turn back on and be what you were for that 12-game streak or when you first started playing in this arena?
Well, like I've seen it firsthand. Like when we want to bear down and when we want to take stuff seriously, we for sure can. You know, it was just we got more selfish as we clinched, and you know I hated to see it. You know, losing. I hate losing whether it's a pointless game or not. And I know for sure firsthand that those 12 games, 12, 15 games, whatever it was, going into every game, everyone was zoned in, everyone knew what each of us had to do, we all stuck to our rules, didn't play out of our system, and I know we can dominate any team in this league if we do what we're doing.
I believe it's going to come down to practice this week and taking it seriously and really getting ready for this team that we're going to be playing against.
Which you just played last weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Craig, you?
You're talking about getting back on your game, and you have days that you can dominate. The second game in Syracuse, that Sunday morning game, you guys were on. Every line was clicking, the defense was clicking, the goaltending was on, and that was a dominant performance that morning in Syracuse. That's what we're looking for this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, when we want to dominate, we definitely can. I mean, our speed, it's unmatched in the league. We've seen it. We've played every team. And I know for sure any kid on this team from the fourth line to the first line will be able to outplay anyone if we put our minds to it, if we want to focus. And like Frank said, this week in practice is huge. I know, like Coach just said, we're putting our cell phones in the bin. As soon as we walk in, we got to be all in this week.
All right, guys. Good luck in the playoffs, and we'll be here, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd say anything on the NHL is a failure.
Get out of here.